Hey guys, Marstengen here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so somebody actually requested that I do this showcase, not just for this unit, but also for that little guy in the background there. We're going to have a look at Physical Goten and Trunks, the Dokkan Fest, and of course Tech Krillin on this team as well. Mine is full level 10 links. They are only 90%. So bear in mind, of course, for this video, they aren't at their very full potential, but they are only one dupe away. And that extra 10% doesn't really make like a huge difference. So it'll be interesting to see. Obviously, they're on the 200% leader skill for the new LR Gods, because they are on Movie Heroes and Kamehameha. So this unit is, I think, still very good. They do, let's look at their super attack effects. So they raise attack for one turn, do immense damage to the enemy. The biggest issue with them is that they get basically all of their defense on super attack, so 150%. And then, of course, the rest of their passive is very RNG related. So they have two separate great chances, which is 70%, of getting an additional attack and defense 50%. This makes them a nightmare unit to try and showcase, because it's very difficult to tell whether one or both or neither of their buffs have actually activated, which is kind of annoying. They also get 1 key up to 3 and 10% attack and defense up to 50 and chance to dodge 7% up to 30 with each attack evaded. Now the only problem with that is they don't have any natural dodge in their kit, so I did give them some dodge from like skill orbs and the hidden potential system. So the way you're supposed to circumvent this is to use their active skill, which you can use when there's another Trunks or Goten on the same turn, starting from turn 3. And then obviously the idea is that you save this. You don't just use it on turn 3. You use it in a slot where you know you're getting a whole bunch of attacks, and then they can get guaranteed dodge. So we have a really good first rotation. I mean, they're starting off with 100k defense, which when you consider they're getting most of their buff on super, that means they are going to be over 250k defense on this turn. We've got a decent amount of support. Obviously, the AGL Goten is on the 200% leader skill as well. I have showed him off like in a 200% showcase because he's on the Majin Vegeta team as well. But let's go ahead and see what we can get here. The support from the STR Trunks is obviously going to be big because that's an extra 40%. I mean, Goten, if he crits and then potentially additionals, he might actually just kill. Okay, good. No additional super. Alright, so turn 1, with the 40% support from Trunks, 7.6 million. Now, obviously, remember as well, the AGL Goten and the Physical Trunks, they do give a little bit of support when there's another one of the opposite, like Trunks or Goten on the rotation. So I did bring both, even though we're obviously not going to have a Goten on both rotations, but let's go ahead and I guess we'll just put you there. I guess really I probably should have just bought a unit that can go with the gods, but I'm not too worried about how they're looking in this video. And then obviously Krillin is under the 200% leader skill as well, because he too is on Movie Heroes and Kamehameha. And remember, his big thing for this team is the fact that he gives 30% attack and defense to superclass allies, but then he gives an additional 30% if there is a ally whose name includes Trunks or Trunks or Goten, Kid for both, on the same turn. He also gets some damage reduction, which is good for him. So he can look very, very good as well. I don't know if he'll get a chance to attack here, because the gods, of course, are going to get their additional super. We didn't get enough orbs for them to be effective against all types, but with them double supering and Trunks supering, because remember, Krillin is giving this rotation 60% support because that physical Kid Trunks is on the rotation. So probably going to be taking out Vegeta here quite easily. And obviously what we're going to want to do is get the active skill for Kid, Goten and Trunks, the physical one, when there's a whole lot of attacks. Ideally, like, because their passive can build up in terms of the maximum buff, it's like 5 stacks. And then of course if they get dodges later, because say you get like 3 stacks, part of that passive is giving them dodge chance. So then if they dodge after that, that will still give them the rest of the stacks that they need to get up to max. And that's why I did give mine a little bit of extra dodge as well, because if they dodge an attack here or there in like the early turns, that will obviously be good for them as well. So one of their passives I feel like must have activated that didn't last time, right? Because we've got no support, but we have more start of turn defense than we did last time. And we can't even super in slot 1 anyway. Amazing. So let's do this, because then I'm assuming Goten won't kill. He actually might even just straight up kill with a normal attack if he gets a crit. But let's see. But yeah, the Goten and the Trunks, the separate ones, obviously make very good rotation partners. They're very good at tanking. Obviously, if you're running the physical, well, almost 8 million on this turn. So yeah, they definitely had at least one of those passives go off that didn't last time, the Great Chance for the extra buff, because we don't have a support unit on this turn, and we had higher defense and attack stat than the previous turn. So let's see what we can do here. I guess we are just going to end up keeping these two together, right? There's no... I guess I didn't really even need to bring Trunks. We're not going to end up floating him off at any point at this rate, because... I guess at least this makes the gods a little bit weaker so they don't steal the show, because they share a couple of links with this Trunks, but obviously nothing too crazy. And they're not a hybrid Saiyan, so they're not getting the support buff from STR Trunks, but I don't know, it depends. We probably still kill this turn, because physical Trunks is obviously still good on his own here, even without the Goten. He's getting the support from the STR Trunks. And then STR Trunks himself is pretty decent. Obviously 3.8, nowhere near his full potential if you do actually have him with a Goten. So I'm assuming this will do damage. Yeah, 30k though, that's not too bad. And then STR Trunks, depending on how many additionals he gets, I guess he's not going to finish him off here. Wow, I got no additionals, okay. Alright, so now we have Krillin on rotation. There's only 3 attacks in slot 1. I think we will save the Dokkan attack again, although the only problem is we can't not super. And again, we've got 119k, so this means we probably didn't get either of the buffs this turn, because remember, on this rotation, Krillin is giving 60%. So I guess we'll just put him in slot 1 anyway. They do have every link except Prodigies and Fierce Battle. If we did this, they would get Fierce Battle, but there's no way Goten doesn't kill, even with type disadvantage here. So we'll go ahead and do this, and then we'll do this. And then hopefully, the next time we have our boys on rotation. See, they're taking double digits on this rotation, because we got a lot of defensive support. And we haven't seen an attack stat lower than 7 million. So whilst the RNG for their passive is kind of annoying with those extra procs, they are looking pretty good here. So now we're on to the STR phase. Yeah, see, even now, even at this point, like, we're not getting a lot of crazy attacks like in slot 1 that would be good for... you know what, let's just go ahead and transform my one so that we have this rotation now. So now both the gods are getting their full thing active. I wanted to try and not get the 18 key supers with them, but if we do this and then do this... Yeah, there we go. That gives them not enough to get the guaranteed additional. And then I guess we'll just grab these. We probably still kill this turn just because of how powerful the gods are, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, 7.7 mil. I think they're not getting any support because, yeah, I think Kid Trunks only gives that support when there is the other, like, Goten on rotation. So I think we potentially will still kill 8 million for... my gods here. That's crazy. Or the friend one. I think they're both 79%. So, yeah, that is crazy. They get the additional. I mean, if Trunks crits, he's actually going to kill. Hopefully he kills, though. I don't really want to go into another turn of this phase with, like, there we go, with him on barely any HP. It's not what we want. All right, so give me a whole bunch of attacks here, Vegeta. What have we got? We've got 3 in slot 1. I don't really want to wait much longer, so I'm going to go ahead and do it, because I want to see at least a couple of turns of them with the buff. So let's go ahead and make sure the active skill skip is off. And then we'll go ahead and use their active skill here. You're going to regret ever looking down on us. Goten, show them what we're made of. They'll be so surprised. Alright, so... just to go over the details again, because obviously I mentioned the guaranteed dodge, but for the active skill, we get key plus 6, and we get the guaranteed dodge. So, I mean, on this rotation with the support, they were going to get a guaranteed super anyway. I think we got no procs from their passive again, because they've now got under 100k defense, which means on the first turn where we had this rotation, we probably did get... well, actually, I guess we get Fierce Battle with Trunks, which probably gave them a little bit extra. But we're going to get 1 dodge before they attack, and then the other 2 afterwards. And so then after this, we'll have 3 of their stacks active out of the potential 5. So yeah, 5.3, by far their worst turn. So I think that indicates very clearly that on all the previous turns, we got at least one of those 50% buffs go off. And then on this turn, we got none. Also, that's really good timing, because they wouldn't have taken damage from that really anyway. But getting the guaranteed dodge against the super is always quite nice. So we should be looking very, very good here. Trunks with the extra bit of support from Goten as well means he's not going to take any damage. We know Vegeta's only going to be normal attacking for the rest of the turn anyway. So we are looking very good here. So we probably finish off God Vegeta next turn. That's why I wanted to transform and everything. You know what? Let's just go for the kill. Why not? Just go full on overkill mode here. There's no Goten or Trunks on the turn, so obviously Krillin is only giving 30% support, but with the gods having all their links active and having their full 24 key, I think we'll be okay here. 9 million attack stat. Okay, yeah. Then we get the guaranteed additional, so that's GG for God Vegeta. So now what we want to see out of that physical Goten and Trunks is them actually get some dodges now that they've built up some dodge chance, because from the 3 dodges they got on that last turn where we used the active skill, they now have a 21% chance to dodge. And obviously we have the we also have the 6 dodge that they have in their passive that I gave them. So those don't stack, they're like separate procs, but hopefully we could get at least 1 dodge here. So we are getting double support, even though it's not a huge amount, because obviously Trunks is giving that little bit of extra as well. So let's see what we get here. We are going to get the Dokkan attack as well. 92k in the first slot. So, I mean, I guess we could have just put Goten in slot 1, but I was really hoping they would get some additional dodges. I'm not going to get the Dokkan attack things here. And we're below 5 million again. You can really see the difference it makes when those parts of their passive do actually go off. And then with support, like Fierce Battle giving them extra attack as well, it makes a huge difference. Because it's kind of ironic that we've gotten their active skill off and gotten 3 stacks. We're not getting any more dodges. Gotten 3 stacks, and yet the attack stats that we've seen on the last couple of turns have been worse than at the start of the video. So that is probably the most frustrating thing about the unit, right? The fact that they are so reliant on RNG. Not just from the procs from their passive, but then obviously you want to try and be able to use their active skill on the perfect turn so they can get a bunch of dodges. And like I said at the very beginning, it's why they're a really annoying unit to showcase, because we could have had a run where they got some of their like free dodges from like the hidden potential system and stuff right near the beginning. And got some of those extra buffs nice and early, which obviously didn't happen. Let's do this. I think we probably still kill this turn, even though we didn't go for like the full 24 key or anything like that. But yeah, this video could have gone very differently if we'd got a bit luckier with the dodges, a bit lucky with their passive going off, because we've definitely seen multiple turns now where neither or only one of those extra 50% like procs actually went off, which is not great for a unit. It's always bad when units rely on RNG. It's the main argument for like why units with a chance to guard are annoying. Obviously, chance to guard wouldn't be as bad if the game told you on that turn that they weren't going to guard. But any unit that relies solely on RNG, I mean, those of you who were there at the stream when we were doing some Heroes Red Zone attempts, you got units like Super Saiyan 3 Trunks, who's only good defensively if he guards, Xeno Pan, who can only really defend if she dodges. Units that rely on RNG to be good are obviously lacking that like consistency that makes some of the top tier units like as good as they are. And then of course when you're in an event like this, we obviously now can't dodge anymore because we're dodge is disabled. But we can go ahead and do this. We are getting the 60%. Please tell me we got some procs from their passive. Oh, we must have, because we've been below 100k defense before with support. Now we've got support, although to be fair, the Krillin is giving 60%, so we could maybe only have one of the procs here, but we should on this turn see their highest attack stat. And Goten's going to be fine defensively, Krillin's going to be fine because he's got his damage reduction. So this will be the best turn, and probably the last turn, because there's no way the gods don't kill him next turn. So how does Goten tank this with 60% support from Krillin? Still 254k, yikes. Does 6.5 mil. And then, remember, he's a a non-banner unit EZA. But there you go. 11 million attack stat. Now, this rotation, obviously, like, dripping with support, but 11 million attack is pretty good. No crits, sadly, and then obviously we take double-digit damage. The problem is, their defense is decent, but I don't know if they would be tanking that final flash either. Maybe they would take less damage than the Goten did, but they're not going to be tanking it for, like, double-digit damage. And then Krillin looking pretty decent. Obviously, on this build, Krillin's not exactly, like, optimized with his best links or anything. He's just getting all of the support buffs that he needs from having the Goten and Trunks around. So let me know what you guys think down below of physical Goten and Trunks. As I'm probably going to put in the title, make sure you never call them GUNKS. That is the worst, like, community fan name for a unit that I think I've ever heard in my life. I know sometimes people call them the Brats, which is also bad, but I guess it's not as bad. Like, GUNKS, even saying it out loud in the video makes me want to throw up in my mouth a little bit. So it's really not that difficult to just say physical Goten and Trunks, or especially if you're typing, like, rather than type 5 letters, just type physical Goten and Trunks. I realize it's like 200% more letters, but it's really not that difficult. But let me know what you guys think of them down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.